Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to continue the series where I play hardcore in Minecraft for the first time. My plan for today's video is to begin preparing the area where I will start building my house. With that said, let's get started. Alright, here I am back in my little hideout cave spot. Oh, there's a skeleton right there. I didn't know what time it was when I saved. I think it was getting dark. Yeah, I think the sun is going down. There's a zombie right there. So I'm not sure if we're going to be able to sleep since there are monsters nearby. Yep. The skeleton is still outside and the zombie's up on the surface. Or it's getting morning. Because the skeleton is burning, which they burn in sunlight. Oh, it is getting morning. So we don't need to sleep. Alright, then we can get to work then. So the plan is to clear out a spot in the trees where I want my house to be. And fish and collect fish to eat along the way in case we get hungry while we're working. This is part 2 of the series. Technically it's part 3, but I recorded a part 2 right about the time I started to get sick. So my cough is still lingering a little bit, but and then Christmas came, so I kind of put off videos for that. And while I was recording, the video turned out pretty badly because my throat was starting to hurt from talking and from being sick. And when it was nighttime, the video is too dark because of my settings, so you couldn't see like half of anything during the video, so. And I can't just undo what I did then in that video, which I think involved digging that. And I almost died. I think I had half heart left at one point. So I will be doing videos for all of January. And every other day. There's more. I'll explain more at the end of the video, but since the holidays are over and I'm not sick, then I can really focus on getting my videos made now, so. I think we'll put the house right here in this spot, because there's less trees to cut down. And it's right here by the water where we can fish if we need to. And there's some cows over there somewhere. I know they're sheep, I've seen those. Oh, there's a cow. And there's 2 cows over there, so we'll need those for leather later for enchantment books. But we're not anywhere near that, but we do want to start getting our cow farm set up. I think we'll leave those two trees there and just chop these down. I've set it to play music constant, so I wouldn't have to put it in editing. And speaking of editing, I'm not using a face cam. If you've seen a few of my other videos, I did in those. But I think for a while now, I'm gonna not record face cam because it makes editing a little bit more of a time-consuming process to edit both gameplay footage and face cam footage together. And having the lights on me and stuff when I'm recording kind of tires me out a little more, like my eyes get tired and stuff. So, but mostly it's just kind of reduce the workload of editing and stuff for myself for a while. I did set it so that you can also see what music is playing when music starts. Just in case you're interested, like, what song is that? Then you can check. I think we'll need to dig up some of this dirt here on this layer of blocks. So I want to expand a little bit further this way with the house instead of having to get rid of our little pond sort of thing over there. And we will use all of this birch wood for building our house too. I think this is probably far enough for now. We'll probably use all these roses to decorate the outside of the house as well. These saplings and stuff. I don't know about the saplings, but might as well pick them up just in case. I'm not gonna dig all that by hand or by torch. I'm gonna go craft a shovel. Alright, I've crafted a shovel. I've just made a stone shovel. I thought about making a copper shovel, but but I just decided to make a stone one. Because we only have 3 copper at the moment, but we have a lot more stone, and this does the job just fine. I just didn't want to do it by hand, so I don't spend a lot of time digging. As you can see, all of this dirt has been left here since our inventory's full. But let's toss something out. just chuck it in the water and let it disappear. I said I was going to keep the birch saplings, but I don't actually care too much about that. Well, we need a crafting table first. What time is it? Well, the day's already almost over. We'll make a large chest using 2 normal chests. And then we'll dump our extra dirt in there for now. Let's pick up the rest of this. We'll put all of our seeds and flowers and stuff in here too when we pick them up. As well as some of our other junk. But it's getting dark, so I'm gonna go back and sleep. So we have it at daytime again. We can keep building. This brown sheep is coming down here into our safety hole. We can sleep right now because there's no enemies nearby. Oh, I stepped in my fire. In my last video, not the one that got posted, but the one that I scrapped, I went out when it was dark because I wasn't being very smart. And I got down to 1 heart from a skeleton shooting me when I was running away. And I was safely in my house, peeking out of my little holes that I made for windows. And I stepped backwards into my campfire and hurt myself half a heart. So I almost ended the game off camera. Well, technically on camera, but ended up not posting the video anyway. Let's get all this grass and wildflowers picked up off the ground. So we have a nice clear area to start building. In the last update or two, they've had a lot more stuff you gotta dig up off the ground. Because a moment ago, yeah, like this. I was burping. This leaf litter stuff is everywhere. And it fills up your inventory with that. You know, there's all these wildflowers to deal with too. So we'll just put all this plant stuff in here. Our extra cobblestone. We have some extra birch logs we can use later. Well, now we have a nice, pretty good sized area to build in. Let's put up this extra junk. See, 2 stacks of wildflowers plus 21 just from this area. Now, we'll chop some of these oak logs for the corners and door frames for our house. Alright, we have some oak logs here. And we're just gonna start placing our corner pieces. Make sure they're lined up. And we'll just kind of pick out how big our house is going to be. I think we'll bring it to about here. Make sure we're lined up. Now we pick a spot for our door. We can do double doors. And then maybe a side door over here. And then we'll take our cobblestone. Kind of mark a spot for a fireplace. And then we'll take our birch planks. I think we'll want to do an extra one here. Or, you know what? We'll just put like a bottom... Hold on. Kind of a bottom base. And then we'll put in planks as our wall. Let's do... Oop. Couple like that. And then we'll take our logs and go up 4 blocks. We'll need some more logs to finish our corners. But basically, we've kind of put down pretty good baseline for what we want our house to look like and its size, then where our doors and windows are going to be. keep in mind that from a fall from 4 blocks, you can get hurt half a heart, so make sure you don't fall from there, even just 4 blocks if you're ever really low health. If you got like half a heart or something. I don't know if you need to go 3, so we'll just add our planks back in here. Just to make sure our wooden walls don't set on fire. And since we have the space here, we can cut this out for a window. I don't think so over here. Well, it's getting dark again, so we've got this built so far. We should be able to get a floor and ceiling put in before we wrap the video up. And we might be able to get some glass put in. Stepped in my fire again. Since we're here, well, I don't have the stone. It's in here. We can make a furnace. And then we'll go over, like over there, maybe across the river over there, and take our shovel, get some sand for glass. Alright, we have our sand being cooked or smelted into glass. We dug some sand from over there. And while that's cooking in the furnace, let's take our axe and get some more logs for our corner pieces. We're probably going to need to craft another axe, but we've got plenty of sticks and stone for it. Yeah, our axe broke, and we're gonna need some more logs than this, so come back over here and we'll make a copper axe this time. Since we've got the extra 3 copper, we might as well. I'm not chopping every tree, just trees here and there. just so I don't fully deforest everything. I do want to break away some of these leaves, just so they'll disappear. Because leaves will just stick as long as they're close enough to a log. And they're touching other leaves that are also touching the log. Well, we have 16 of our glass made. So craft some glass panes. Start getting our windows filled in. Glass panes are better for efficiency because you only need 6 glass blocks for 16 glass panes. But you do need blocks above the doors because the door and the glass panes aren't lined up with each other. So we'll put our extra glass away in our chest. Let's fill in the doorway floor with cobblestone. Our proper floor is going to be something other than cobblestone. Probably oak planks. Depends on how many we get. We could chop more, but... Oop. Alright. Let's craft. What? I might as well make an iron shovel, since I got some extra iron. And it'll speed things up just a little bit more. So let's get our layer of grass here dug up so we can put our wood floor down. For inside the fireplace and a little bit around the edges, we want to put cobblestone because wood that's too close to a fire block will be set on fire even if the fire's not touching it. So we want to give probably at least 2 blocks all the way around our fire. Although campfires won't set wood on fire, even if it's directly touching or right next to the campfire. But that's a safe way to build a campfire. A fireplace. If you're using like netherrack from the nether, which will burn if you put fire on it. It'll burn infinitely, even in the rain. It'll prevent fire from spawning and setting your house on fire. Alright, now that we have our floor dug up, let's craft some extra oak planks and start filling it in. We might need more than what we've just crafted, but we can get more. We're not in a hurry. Well, we're about halfway done. We've used about 64 planks. So we don't need too much more wood to finish up. We should be able to get our floor and ceiling done before it gets fully dark. It is already starting to get nighttime, but... I think one more tree should do. Yeah, that's plenty. We can make some doors out of the oak. We could also use birch, but I prefer to use oak doors. And then for our ceiling, we're gonna put birch planks. So let's put our... We have some extra birch doors, but I'd rather make oak doors. Let's get some lights. The last thing we need to do is... We have it in our inventory. We needed about... That's probably enough. If you prefer, you can use whatever materials you like to build your house. But I'm just using some basic stuff. Just stuff that appeals to me to make my house out of. And it's easy to get. As we get more resources, new kinds of blocks, you can change stuff out. Right now, I'm just building a basic ceiling in case I want to make a second floor. Or maybe I'll just put a roof on it. I'm not sure yet. Then I could always dig under the house and build a basement if I needed. You can really just add anything to the house, but for now we're just building pretty basic house to stay in for now. Instead of just a hole in a canyon. Look at that. I made it like exactly the right amount of blocks. Like I made the 64 plus 62, I think. And it was like exactly how much we needed. Now let's get our bed. Let's get our campfire here too. And our extra furnace. The crafting table can stay where it's at. And I'll get the stuff out of my chest later. For now, more just about getting my house... getting my... bed in my house. There's a zombie outside and we're gonna have to kill it to be able to sleep. There are no other monsters nearby. We can sleep. Hold on. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and sleep. First night in our new little house that we built. We can see the sunrise right next to the bed. And I think that'll about do it for this video. Alright, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'm posting every week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so ring the bell to get notified, and I'll see you next time.